Hey all, Matt here with Bobcat Bonsai, and today we just have a few unboxings to do, and I'm gonna compile them all together because as the trees come in at different times, I want to get them out of their boxes as quick as possible and get them into the shade to adapt. So let's get to it. All right, so this first tree here I got off of 99-cent auction, and this one came from Ohio. I'm just using the key to cut it, so I'm not super worried about it going too far in. Out comes the packing peanuts. That's gonna leave for a great cleanup. But it's okay, it's okay. Here we go. Well, I got a branch. That's cool, that's cool. Now to get to the tree and try not to spill any more packing peanuts here. Here we go. Don't mind my dead cacti over there. Tree's coming out. Oh, that is a long tree here. All right, let's make sure the candle's still good. Candle looks good still. All right, so this is a little ponderosa pine. It's not too little, it's pretty big, but super excited and have big plans for this guy. So I'll see you at the next unboxing, which for you will be here in a second. For me, will be whenever the tree shows up. All right, so another day, another package. Struggling to get my knife out here. There we go. This one I'm inside for because this one is a tropical tree and it will need to go inside for a little bit still until it gets warmer out and I can place it into my greenhouse. So my thought is I may wait to release this video until I can actually do something with the trees too, and then I'll just add it all in as one full video rather than have multiple videos. Man. Plus lots of tape. Nice and secure, that's how I look at it. All right, let's come over here. Looks like we've got some foam here, and the leaves are sticking out through the top. Does anybody have a guess on what tree this is? If so, put it in the comments down below. 3, 2, 1. It is a parrot speak. So I've been wanting one of these for a little while, and this one was a great deal. So I had to get it. Here we go. Nice little tree. I believe I have one more tree coming yet, so you'll see it here soon. Alright guys, so here's the final tree. I got this one from Greenwich Gardens off of 99-cent auctions. I cut the box open a while, but I haven't undone the flap yet. I was waiting for you guys to check it out together. So here we go. It's wired in here real nicely, which is great. So this little guy came in a very special pot too, and the pot had a lot to do with why I got it. So I'm sure if any of you can take a guess here, we all know who the pot's made by. It's made by Tori. All right, so let me get this other wire undone right here, and I'll be right back with you to check it out as we pull it out. All right, so here it is. It's coming out now. I ended up not untwisting it all the way. I just slid it to the side. So this is a potentilla. All right, and look at how beautiful this little thing is. Absolutely love it. And I really can't wait to see it flower. I guess I probably should have taken this tape off too, so I can show you guys the pot, but we'll get to that here in a second. So we're back and it's magically out of its wrapper. All right, so check out this pot here. Super cool colors. And the trunk on this little guy, super neat, super neat, super neat. Maybe those are the roots more than the trunk, but it kind of looks like the trunk at first, but you can see the roots themselves in there. Let's see if I can get it to focus for me here. It's saying there's too much going on. There we go. So that's really neat, and it's got nice soil in here and everything. So this is the last little tree addition here. Once it settles in a little bit, we are going to have to come back and get the wire to bring these little branches and stuff back down again. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little tree. All right, I guess we'll get back to it once all these trees are settled in and we can begin to work. All right, so one more set of surprise trees showed up from my little sister. These were growing in her garden, so she pulled them all up for me. So I'm gonna let these little guys grow, get some size, and she threw some extra seeds in. Nice. Yeah, gonna let these guys grow, get some size, and see what we can do with them. All right, on to the tree work. All right, so first things first, we got this ponderosa pine here, and we're gonna put a nice big old bend in it. So we're just gonna get rid of this little guy down here, and we'll leave this one that's right here. So we'll start it off by protecting the trunk a little bit. Just get a nice wrap here. This is just like a basic athletic wrap. I like it. I've used it on a few trees now. I actually got the idea from Tony's Bonsai when I watched him do it, and I thought that it was a great idea when he was still with us and doing bonsai, and I always enjoyed watching him do this kind of stuff, so I figured why not. For Tony, today we're going to wrap it, and we're going to do a big old bend just for him. I know he would appreciate it, so that's what we're going to do. Just got to get one more wrap around here. Try to limit some of the wire scarring. I kind of want a little bit on this one, but I don't want too much, so we're going to wrap it pretty good here to prevent most of the scars. But worst case scenario, I'll just have to leave it on a little bit longer. All right, so I've got my wire here, and this is most likely going to end up being a double wrap of wire as well, going all the way up. Well, I guess not all the way up, just up to where I need the bends to go. I think at this section right here, I should be able to get away with just a single spool of wire. So we're gonna cut this guy here. I need bigger wire snippers for this. There we go. So now I'm gonna put one more in here. There we go, making sure we don't trap any of the needles underneath the wire as we go up. All right, so I gotta nip that one more time here. Get a good bend on here. Okay, so now we're just gonna really tighten this up. We're really tightening the wrap up as we bring it down. And then we're just gonna really bring this part in. And then just one more pull here. We'll bring it up and back around. All right, there we have it. All right, so here is my parrot's beak. It's been here for a little bit over a week now. Got some little weeds popping up through there, which is cool. It's cool. I just that's kind of how I know that everything's balancing back out also, is when I begin to see the weeds start to push up through the soil. So this is actually pretty happy here. The moss is looking fairly nice. So we're just gonna get it out of this pot and into my little button pot here. And I think it'll look pretty neat. Then we'll do a little trim up. I added a little bit of heavy pumice down at the bottom to really space it out. I figured that would be appropriate for this situation. So let's pull this little guy out of here. Check it out. Beautiful roots. Like absolutely beautiful roots here. Let's see about opening them up a little bit here. Oh wow. Okay, so it looks like it's all primarily coming from one side. And so, as you see, this one's grown in like a basic garden soil. So the person I got this from planted it in a garden soil. And you see how healthy everything looks. I feel like as we're growing them, that's why it's so important to have them in more of an organic soil, because I think it gives them a much better probability of great growth. So there we go. Got that opened up a little bit here. Super cool, super cool. I was trying to see if this was grown from a cutting or not, but it looks like it was grown from seed, because it's got just one long taproot coming off the side here. So we are going to end up cutting off this root right over here. So let me grab my root scissors here. We're going to get rid of that little guy. The rest of these, I believe, will be able to actually shape how we want them and just get it spread out nicely. So we're going to leave the rest of the little roots here. I am going to reuse the soil. So I'm going to take that and get it back into the pot. And then just mound it up a little bit here. And now we're just going to spread the roots as we get it to go down, and then I might put a little bit too much in. Let's pull a little bit more out here. There we go. So now we're going to drop those roots and begin to drop the soil back on top here. And then a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to have to get just a tidbit more soil here, just to make sure that it gets held in. So I'm just going to grab some of my regular compost I've got out there and just kind of drop that. Ah, somebody snuck a rock in there. Good. Alright. So now we've got this little guy all watered up there. Not watered up, but I'm just gonna clean up the area real quick and then we'll look in at the branches. Alright, so I did throw a wire on as well. That's just going through the bottom here to hold the tree in place in the middle. So we've got some branch selection to figure out here. I think before I start on that, I'm gonna come in and just trim back some of these leaves so that I can see a little bit more what I have branch wise, because we won't want the leaves in these areas anyway. So best to just get rid of them now. It's always my favorite trying to cut the smallest little spots out of these guys. And actually, in the process of doing that, I'm seeing that it's already got even more buds pushing from down inside here a little bit. Let's see if I can get a good view of these for you. There you go. You can kind of see them right there and right there. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky for when we get in extra close like that. But those are in there. And they're definitely something we don't need at all. But I just thought I'd show you that in just that 1 week, it's been doing great. And it's this is actually one of the bathroom trees. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out which way I'm going here. Cut that one off. So since this one's coming so far forward, I'm going to take it back to right there. And we'll probably end up just wiring it downwards. And then this one will end up bringing out as a branch. So this we're going to let grow for a while out in this direction because I want it to thicken up more. Over here we've got a lot going on in a small space, so let's try and clean this up. This one I think I'm going to have come back towards the back more, so we're going to come through here and everything in the front we're getting rid of. There we go. So now we're going to let this little guy grow out from here and figure out what it wants to do. Actually, due to taper, I'm going to get rid of this branch. Yeah. We're going to let this grow, and then we'll let it branch off of this one further out because we don't want to mess with that taper in there anymore. So now we're up towards the top here, and we've got a whole lot going on in here that I need to try to clean up. So for right now, I'm just clearing out everything that's in really close to the trunk. And by doing that, it allows me to see more what I'm working with, because right now there's a whole lot going on, which makes it extremely difficult to see. Okay, so right here it looks like I have two branches growing together. So I'm going to cut that one, come back a little bit closer here. Just try to get that separated off. There we go. Those two stacked each other so hard that was a little bit difficult. So that one we have there. And we are actually going to trim all the rest of this off over here as well, just so that we have a clean slate to begin working with on this side. Alright, clean up through here a little bit. So for now, it doesn't look like too much, but we're heading in the right direction. I'm going to throw a little bit of thin wire on here, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, so, got the wire on. If you look real closely here, I leave it extra loose on the soft branches, and the reason why is because I don't want it to bite in real hard, but it still allows me to begin to train them in a direction in which I want. So this one I'm going to bring down a little bit and then kick it back. And just kind of let it flow its way back in almost like its own little S shape here. And at the very end I'm going to kick it back up, just so that it has its own nice little pattern here. Down and then up. There we go. Then this little guy over here, we're just going to bring down and forward. Alright, first one we take back. Second one we're going to bring forward. This little guy, I'm going to end up bringing around here and then backing up. And the reason why is because I want this one to end up becoming the new leader. And this one to drop down and be a little branch that comes off of it, I believe. I believe that's what I want. I probably should have waited to put the cut paste on until after I was done, but oh well. So, train this one up. And this one, we might just take it in an S like this, and then we're just going to let it grow and get a little bit thicker. And as it gets thicker and the taper begins to form, that's when we'll worry more about getting it cut back down and into a size. Alright, well, I think that's it for this little one. So, let's see. The other tree just came in yesterday, so we still have a little while till I can work on that one. So, there's really not too much to do with it. I guess this will just be the end of the video. This is it. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, subscribe to my channel. And if you really enjoy my content, hit the bell notifications so you get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.